Vibrational greetings and divine harmonious blessings to each and every one of you beautiful souls out there. Our soul media family. Welcome to Samadhi. Welcome to Stay Humble, Hustle Hard Live, being presented to you by Samadhi. Today, this beautiful, amazing day of Wednesday, May 29th, 2019. We're here at Samadhi. It's not about positivity. It's not about negativity. It's about authenticity. It's about rawness. It's about realness. It's about you. It's about time. Are you being you, or what are you waiting for to be you? And today's topic on Stay Humble, Hustle Hard Live, which for those of you for the first time, that we have topics for every month here at Samadhi on our page, on our personal page. We had topics for the month of January, for the month of Foundation. We had February for the month of Unconditional Love. We had March for the month of Miracles. And we had April for the month of Allowing, which is by letting go. And for the month of May, it's giving ourselves permission, may I. And May represents possibilities and giving ourselves permission. And today's Stay Humble, Hustle Hard Live is being brought to you by our amazing brother and friend, Mr. Tucker Bearden. And it's also being brought to you by Limitless Digital Media, Curtis Higgins, Network of Influencers, Manny Lopez, Shift Advanced Life Design Magazine by Robert Garcia, Do You Even T-shirt line, and the app Embracing Capability. So thank you to the sponsors, and thank you to Stay Humble, Hustle Hard Live. Thank you to Tucker Bearden for making this possible and opening up this platform for Samadhi. And the topic for today
and we are
is...
Michael and Ellie?
We are Mike. Yes, we are
We
Michael.
never say our names.
We are Michael and Alice with Samadhi Sea of Wisdom here in Yuma, Arizona. And Adrián, bienvenido. Gracias por estar aquí on Instagram. But here at Samadhi, the month is May I, and the topic today is May I be free May I be free to be me, the real me now. May I be free to be the real me now. Ask yourself that question. Are you free to be you? May I be free to be me now? Like right now in this moment. Are you giving yourselves permission to be free right now? And especially this platform of Stay Humble, Hustle Hard Live, it's dedicated and focused on the entrepreneur. And if you're an entrepreneur watching this, are you free to be yourself now? Or are you being pressured? Are you being molded? Are you being shaped? Are you being influenced to be someone you're not by the pressures, external pressures? So are you being free to be you? Because we just had a Memorial Day on Monday, and that's what inspired the topic on Monday. May I honor the fallen by living my freedom. And we have so much freedom, but are we taking advantage of it? Are we really taking advantage of the freedom that we have? Or are we just going day to day, being ungrateful by not taking advantage of the freedom that we have? So, every single one of you are free to be free right now. I don't care what is stopping you. Your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, your children, your social media group, the people around you, your circle. If people are stopping you from being you, then you're around the wrong people. Because if you're not living your heart's desire, if you're not living from a soul's purpose, then you're not free. You're living for other people's gratification. You're living for other people's satisfaction. And if you do that, I can guarantee you, and we work with many students, that you'll be 20 years later saying, oh my gosh, why didn't I just follow my heart? Why didn't I just do what I felt? And you're going to be a greater service to the world when you follow your heart and you live from the freedom of your heart. I'm not saying being shallow and just do whatever you want. I'm saying from a deep level of, if you're living and doing what you love, then that's what you're not going to work a day in your life. If you're living doing what you love, you'll live in vacations every single day. You won't need to take a vacation and be like, oh, I need to take a break. You'll live from the soul's purpose. So, before we begin, let's take a deep breath. Give yourself the freedom to breathe. Beautiful. Just sit with this for a moment. Appreciate the freedom to breathe. Appreciate the bliss to breathe. Take a deep breath. And all is one, ready to receive. Thank you everyone for joining us. Let's see who's on live with us. Ali, would you like to share?
I think you have others on Instagram, but I don't know on the live here. I can't tell if there's anybody.
On Instagram, Adrián waved to us. Los amo. He says he loves us. También te queremos mucho. Y nos vamos a ver muy pronto. Let me see. Okay. Nobody's commented. Nobody's even on right now. Which is fine. They'll see it whenever they'll see it. Ali, do you want to talk about giving your what has happened? Let's do a little Q&A with each other. What has happened since?
Am I in the hot seat now?
What has happened since you've taken your freedom back? Because before you thought
the fast version of it, of course.
Okay.
Well, right now that you were, I'll wait till you're.
Go ahead. I'm just sharing it.
You know, it's so easy to say.
Oh shoot. Check. She's right here.
I don't just hang up. She can come.
Okay, guys, I did a boo-boo.
Anyway.
I didn't put on Do Not Disturb, so we're getting phone calls. Okay.
And over here on Facebook, we're just getting Michael's
There we go.
arm in the thing. Okay, so free to be me. And it sounds so cliche, you guys. I mean, how many videos can you watch through YouTube and Facebook, and everybody is preaching and pushing and yelling and crying and singing free to be me. Everything is about let's find that inner freedom. But until you really practice, and I do mean practice. Give me 1 second because that's the same person that's calling. Okay, I think we have a little interruption here with one of our students, which is fine. That's live.
Yes. That's what happens when you go live, guys.
So, just to answer that really quick here, because I may need to leave and Michael will take it from here. Basically, in my humble opinion, is we can say it so many times, but when the tough...
Okay, say that again because we got pause on Instagram.
Okay.
This is what happens when you get a lot of resistance. It's because the topic is very, very important. And what a coincidence that we're talking about giving yourselves permission to be free now.
So, again, it's so easy to say it, sing it, post it. It's all over the place. Just be free. Be you. Be you. But how in the world do you do that when you're an entrepreneur and you're there for everybody else?
Yes.
When you're doing your best to build your business and you have a family and blah, blah, blah. Everybody knows all that stuff. So how do you do it? And honestly, you guys, just in my, like I said, humble opinion, since I transformed my life, all I said was, I'm just going to take one, not even a day at a time, just a moment at a time. Every breath. You know that in a split second, your life can be changed if you don't see the red light and you happen to go down and here comes another car. In a split second, your life could be over. Or, you know, something like that. Or, you know, things happen.
Okay,
so
you need to tell her, please.
I did.
She keeps like interfering with
It's
this.
okay. It's okay. She's She's probably not reading it. I'm going to probably need to go. And see, that's what happens when our students need some help sometimes, and we don't mind.
Yeah.
But basically...
Our computer's not responding.
Hmm.
Now it's the computer.
Yeah.
See, guys...
so I'm going to let you go because I got to go be. I need to go and take care of this, and this is part of it. See, me is helping people.
Just go ahead and start.
Well, she's not here.
Okay.
Okay.
Just call her real quick.
Okay, so bye everybody.
Allie's going to call her real
Just
quick, and then
me.
she's going to come right back.
And no, I
Or
can't. I
maybe.
got to go pick her up.
So, well, this is how life happens.
Free to be me.
So, I am going to talk about a little controversial subject that I already talked to Alice with. And when we go live, we just share how it flows, guys. There's no scripted, there's no... Thank you, love. There's no script, there's no studying, there's no memorizing, because it all comes from the heart. And when you come from the heart, you can never go wrong, even when it appears to be wrong. Because we were doing a reading this morning, it talks about... it's the Kindness Handbook, and it was the topic on may I be kind to myself, and it's talking about this example, which I do want to repeat what I wrote about may I be free to be me now, because I don't know who the credit goes to, but there's a quote that I wrote in there, and I don't know if I'm getting it exactly right. I didn't Google it before I did it, because I just kind of ballparked it. But it says, may I be, no, why be everyone else? Or why be something that you're not when everybody else is taken? So basically, I don't know if I said it right, but if you guys heard that quote before, if you guys can type it in. But it's basically a quote saying that we all want to be somebody else. We all want to, model or copy or be someone else. But everybody else is taken, guys. When you're not being free to be you, you're cheating the world. You're cheating your loved ones. You're cheating your family. You're cheating the people around you. Because in being you, the real you, and being the real you, and if you don't know what that is, that's fine. If you don't know what the real you is, don't let that dissuade you from discovering the real you, because a lot of the times we're like, I don't even know who I am. That's a great place to start. If you're asking yourself that question, that's an amazing place to start. Be grateful that you're asking yourself this question. Because most people don't even ask that question. I mean, everybody asks that question, but most people don't really dive into that question. Because we all want to know, why are we here? Who am I? What is the purpose of life? But 9 times out of 10, when we ask ourselves that question, we go back into the comfort zone of, I'm fine without the answer. And being fine without the answer is the reason why we just want to be copies of copies of copies. We're comfortable being copies. And when you ask yourself, like, why am I not happy? Who am I? Like, why am I here? Like, who am I really? Because I don't even know who I am. Because even to this point, Allie and I are still unfolding layers of who we think we are. It's going to be a never-ending process. So, and we can use that excuse of, well, if I'm never going to find out who I truly am, then what's the point? Okay, then I'm going to ask you guys this question. If you guys would have known Michael 15, 20 years ago, and I would have never worked at who I am, or who I think I am, then I would have been still the Michael that I thought I was, never realizing that I had the potential to become much more authentic in who I am becoming, who I already am, but allowing myself more of becoming. So you guys would have had another Michael, and I would have been talking to you about how much things are going wrong, how everybody, there's just so much bad luck in the world, everything goes wrong. No matter what I do, things just don't go the way that I feel they should go. And I would give you guys a list of things that I wasn't happy about, that I was upset about. I mean, really ticked off about. So, in allowing myself to ask that question and dive deeper into that question, you know, I allow myself the freedom to be me. Because we read 2 books this morning, which we do our daily reading, and the first book gave an example of a master teacher being asked a question, and the teacher, let me pull it up because it's very important that I get it right. I'm gonna do my my way to just get it more or less, but or no, that wouldn't do it justice, because even as I think about it, it's not coming out the way that I would like it to come out. Okay, so here we go. I just pulled up the book, so give me a second, guys. And if you're live, please hashtag live or hashtag replay if you watch it on the replay. I know I sound like everybody else, but there's a reason why they do like that on social media. And if not, that's fine. Thank you for joining us, because we've heard from so many people that connect and watch us, but they don't share, they don't comment, and that's fine. I mean, if that's who you are, that's great. But if you can comment, if you can share, that's going to help more people. And the more you help people, the more it's going to help you. Okay, so kindness of being yourself. And basically, the king, thank you. This is why it's very important to go to the source, guys, because we may think we know how to say it, but if you don't go to the source, then it doesn't come out the same way. And that's the beauty of going within your own source, that the more authentic you is going to speak, instead of not going to the source, trying to think, trying to figure it out, asking everybody else. It's going to be a diluted version of yourself. So he says, the king says to the master, to a Buddhist master, a Buddhist monk. He asks, how does faith leap forward? And the Buddhist, his name is Nagasena. King Milinda asks Nagasena. Nagasena responds with an illustration of a large group of people, such as a village of people, who are on the shore of a flooding river. Their homes and their lands are all getting flooded, and they are in danger. Then one person comes along who has the courage and strength and clarity, and that person sees a way to cross over to the other shore. And he or she forges ahead and does it. Just by seeing that one person can actually cross to safety, everybody else develops confidence in the possibility, and greater confidence that they too can cross. And during our reading, I gave the example of Roger Bannister, the 4-minute mile. And Roger Bannister, before Roger Bannister came along, nobody had the courage to go beyond the 4-minute mile. And we have a comment here, Jim James Cassidy. Hey Tucker, happy hump day, buddy. And it's Jim James Cassidy. Thank you, Jim, for joining us. So we were talking about the 4-minute mile and Roger Bannister. Roger Bannister, if you guys don't know who he is, please look him up, because when you get an insight into the 4-minute mile, it was very dangerous. I mean, people would literally pass out. It was really bad, and nobody could get to that 4-minute mile mark. And long story short, there's a movie also called, I believe, The 4-Minute Mile, and it's about Roger Bannister. But if you guys Google Roger Bannister, he had an amazing coach. And see, that's very important in life, that you have amazing mentorship, amazing coaches, because it's just like what you eat is what you become. Who you listen to is who you become. But more than this, who you listen to and question, you will get from them, but you will surpass the level that you can get within yourself, because you're not just following and molding and copying them. You're discovering who you are beyond them. And that's another great important key. So I got a confession, guys, because I said it was going to be a little controversial today, and I need to confess something to every one of you, that's what inspired a Memorial Day to talk about freedom. And my confession, well, not a confession, but because that's not like I'm going to confess to somebody so I could be better, or so I can you know, let things off my chest because I already worked through it. But it's always going to affect more and more. So my confession to you guys is that it was not easy. But I was not leading from my heart for a while, because I was allowing the speaker community, the you know, going to these events, and it's not their fault, it's what I allowed myself to go. And I've been trying too hard. I've been trying to convince people like how important Samadhi is, which I don't doubt. I know how valuable Samadhi is, but I value how valuable Samadhi is, and I know how valuable Samadhi is. What we do, what we provide. The one thing that I was getting caught up in is that I thought I needed to be a speaker. I thought I needed to get on stage. So I was like, this is what I need to be. This is what I need to do. And really, my ego was taking me for a loop. And the thing that I've discovered through this whole process is that if I do get to speak on a stage, awesome. I embrace that opportunity with a full heart. If I do succeed in anything in that department, awesome. If I do get promoted by great speakers, and if I do get out there, you know, and when I say I mean we, Ali and I, if we do get out there, awesome. You know, Ali has a platform which is for women. If she is the only one that gets out there, awesome. Like I really desire for her to get the opportunity to speak on stages for herself, because I know how great she is. I know how amazing she is at speaking. She's done a couple lives, and thanks to Patty Mayas and Sylvia Love Queen Chavez, thank you both beautiful souls. But I'm speaking for myself right now, that I allow myself to get caught up in the glitz and glamour of being on stage, of reaching more people. And of course, like I said, if it opens up, I'm committed to anything that Spirit opens up, anything that Spirit, God, Creator, for those that, you know, have different, you know, ways of seeing things, that this source opens up, I'm going to dive into it. I'm going to step forward. I'm not going to be like, no, I can't do that, or I'm not supposed to do that. No, if a stage opens up, if an opportunity opens up, if whatever opens up, I'm diving deep. And I'm here live today, that putting myself out there, accountability, that if anything opens up, I'm going full force. Because that is how I've always said that when someone asks a question, I'm not going to shy away from it. Because when someone asks a question, and that's the indicator that Source is letting me know that there's a door opening right here. And as that door opens, reflect so that they can get something of what their question is asking, not an answer, but a deeper response to reflect and contemplate and unfold deeper within themselves to open deeper doors so they can have deeper questions. That's always how I believed it. That if somebody doesn't ask that question, then I don't necessarily need to talk about it. But when someone asks that question, then that is a portal for me to go into that with them. And so, I mean, that's the same thing that we're talking about here. If an opportunity opens up, it's like somebody asking a question. So, without going too much into that, because this is about you. What we do here at Samadhi, it's about you. And what are you doing for yourself today? Because I wasn't really putting myself first. What I was doing is I was putting the ego first. I wasn't putting my heart first. Because it was about, like, how many people am I going to get? You know, oh, I got to take this course. I got to do that. And it's fine. If you guys, as entrepreneurs, if you guys are taking courses and all that, that's fine. But are you putting yourself first? Are you asking the deeper questions? Are you discovering who you are in the process? Or are you discovering who you're not by being somebody you're not? So if the courses you're taking are bringing you to a deeper level within yourself, breaking barriers, breaking shells of illusions within yourself, all means, go deeper, go for it. But if you're taking courses and they're taking you into more levels of distraction, more levels of I need to be something in order to be comfortable in my own skin, or I need to achieve this to be comfortable in my own skin, then I'm going to tell you that's not going to help. You're just going to be, gaining more achievements, gaining more accomplishments, but forgetting you're who. You're who you are. Who am I? Why am I here? What is my purpose? And if you don't know what your purpose is, just the fact that you're asking yourself that question, you're going to start getting an answer. You're going to start getting a response from what they call the universe, what they call creator, source. Just the fact that you're asking that question, you're in a better place. But if you're not asking yourself that question because your question is, what do people think about me? Why do people think this about me? Why are people treating me this way? Why is things happening this way? And that's fine that you're asking these questions, but there's deeper questions that you can ask that are going to let go of the dependency of wanting to be something that you're not. So again, may I be free. Oh shoot, I didn't even realize that I didn't type it right, guys. I'm shifting over here. May I be free to be the real me now. May I be free to be the real me now. Give yourself that permission. Because if you're not giving yourselves permission to be the real you now, then what are you waiting for? Or when are you waiting for? Or who are you waiting for? Because the real you is there. There's nothing that you need to wait on. It's there. So, like I said, my comment today, which I said it was a confession, but it was just a comment. It was a reflection that from now on, guys, I would kind of admit that you were getting fluff. Because I was trying to be something that I'm not. I was trying to be a speaker. I was trying to be an entrepreneur. I was trying to be, and I mean, I respect and I love entrepreneurship because it is getting us from this mold of 9 to 5, of thinking that I got to be something that I'm not. But now we've gone so much into entrepreneurship that we look at others because, oh, if I take a picture with them, or if I act like them, if I speak like them, then I'm going to be more respected like them. No. You be you. And I know that's going to make some people uncomfortable because their whole approach is different. But if you don't like it, I'm not going to apologize. If you don't like it, then continue to be you. And I respect you and I love you for being you. But I'm not going to be that. I'm not going to be that. I'm not going to be something that I don't feel comfortable with. That I'm not. I'm not a copy of a copy of a copy. I am Michael. And I am beyond the word Michael. I am beyond the title Michael. Because Michael is just a title. It's a title that I use to be identified in this world, but it is not who I am. I am beyond the title Michael. I am something of an onion shedding layers, and you're discovering more of what Michael is because I'm giving myself permission. I'm allowing myself to be more real of the real me. So I was giving fluff and I didn't even realize it, but in speaking more and more and showing up more and more, it caused more accountability within myself. So we're all going to discover more and unfold more of who we are from discovering and unfolding of what we're not. Because that's one thing that we've seen a common denominator in our classes that we provide here at Samadhi is 9 times out of 10 people want the instant gratification, the instant transformation, the super pill of enlightenment. And you're not going to get it. anywhere you go, you're not going to get it. Because in order to discover who you are, you need to accept where you were and the purpose that needed to be that, so you can break these layers and these illusions of what you're not, because all those served a purpose. So, that's it in a nutshell, guys. That was the topic for today. Tune in to our Samadhi page, where we're going to talk about more mayi, and we're going to have one more topic for the end of the month, and then we're going to go into June, and we're going to go into a different topic that is going to be very interesting, because we're still meditating on that topic. Because like we said, we don't sugarcoat, we don't like have things set up, because we don't believe that life is that way. Life, it unfolds and it tailors to you. And that's how we provide our courses. And if you'd like to find out more about our courses, if you'd like to sign up for our courses, please send us a message, contact Alice, contact myself, give us a call, and we've been more than happy and honored to assist you. So in our courses, it's tailor-made for you. It's a certain rich regimen, because we do work with like the mind and how to tap into the heart. But it's really to help yourself unfold to the real you, to the true you. And so if you're interested, send us a message and share these videos. Help us, help other people, because these videos are really about you. These videos are about the people that you care about. So help us help other people in helping them transform themselves, because we each are our own savior. We each are our own answer. We are each our own hero. You know, yeah, we have mentors, we have teachers, we have, master teachers that we look up to. But if you don't take the action, I don't care what master, I don't care what teacher, I don't care what God you serve, if you don't take the action, it's not going to happen. So, yeah, I believe in a higher power. Call it God, call it creator, call it universe, call it whatever. I call it the universe, I call it source, I call it spirit. If I don't take the action, then all I'm doing is having an illusory belief, to have a crutch of a dependence to not take action. So, and that is not giving me the freedom that I already have to be me. So are you stepping into who you are? And if not, why not? And start somewhere. Ask yourself today, who am I? And remember to breathe. Because the more you give yourself permission to breathe, the more you're going to allow yourself to unfold into who you truly are. So, ask yourself this question on a daily basis. Who am I? Say your name. Michael. Who are you? Who is Michael? Because I'm not the only Michael. Say your name with that. You don't have to say Michael, of course. But there's many Michaels. And, I mean, even the name holds a certain importance. And yes, names and numbers are very dynamic. But beyond that, there's much, much more. So beyond Michael, beyond what Michael means, who is Michael? Who is Alice? Who is John? Who is Jane? Who are you? Who are you? Because if you're not asking this question, then you're still enslaved to the illusions of what others have convinced you to think you are, of what other beliefs, other paradigms, other perspectives, your own and others, have convinced you to believe what you are. And you're much more than that. Trust me, you are much more than you can ever even imagine. So, being present is how you're going to uncover more of that. Take the time to be more present. Take the time to breathe presence. And you'll start to awaken and unfold the real you. beyond your name, beyond your place of birth, beyond the people that you know, beyond what you can even imagine, beyond what you think, you'll discover and you'll unfold deeper. And what you'll discover is you're all rich. You're already rich. You are billionaires. You are so rich that then things will start to happen. Because the more you try to force things to happen, yeah, you can discover the cars, you can discover the homes, you can discover, the vacations all over the world. We have students that have traveled all over the world. We have students that have had and been and done. And they come to us and they're like, but I still don't know who I am. I read about it, I study it, I've gone to different teachers and gurus across the world, and no disrespect, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. But it's not that the gurus aren't doing their work, it's that the individual is not doing their work. The individual is not questioning deeper. The individual, and I'm talking for myself because I'm a work in progress every single day. The more we can ask that question, who am I? Who am I? Another question, why? Why am I here? Why am I here? Why am I here? Because when we don't ask these questions, we won't be satisfied. We won't be fulfilled why we're here. The next question is, what is, meaning now, what is my purpose? And if we don't ask these three questions, who am I? Why am I here? And what is my purpose? Then we will always be copies of copies of copies of copies of copies of copies. And if you look at all the greats, Google anybody that has made a difference in this world. Google anybody who has made an impact to you. Even people, it doesn't have to be a celebrity, it doesn't have to be somebody famous. Just sit with someone who has made a difference in your life. And you'll find one common denominator. They stood out by not following the mold. They questioned and they followed their own heart. Because all the greats, they were rebels of their current paradigm. Are you being a rebel of your current paradigm? Or are you following a copy of a copy of a copy of a copy? So, question more. Reflect more. Ponder more. I want to say think more, but don't think more like you have. Think more in the sense of more of you. Go deeper within yourself, and you will be more, and you will live more. And that's how we, and thank you for everyone who has done the work. Because in asking that question, you will uncover a deeper significance of yourself, a deeper purpose, a deeper fulfillment that no thing, no person, no external anything can fulfill. So, ask yourself, who am I? Why am I here? What is my purpose? And give yourselves permission to be free, to be the real you now. Not tomorrow, not next week, not next month, not next year, not next decade. Because you have the freedom to do that, and if you choose to do that, that's your choice. But I'm going to ask you this question. Where do you think you'll be in 2 years? Where do you think you'll be in 6 months? Where do you think you'll be next week? If you don't start doing that inner work and asking yourselves who you are, why you are here, what is your purpose? So, thank you everyone for joining us. Love and blessings to each and every single one of you. Let me see if we have any comments. Okay, we have comments. And I'm not able to see, so I'm going to have to do this, guys. Rob Morgan, thank you for joining us, brother. I didn't see you on StreamYard. So that's really kind of confusing, but we're working with it. So Rob Morgan says, which one came first? Tell us, be yourself. Like I said before, you will learn yourself every day. Exactly, Rob. And there's a great example, Mr. Rob Morgan, that he lives more of what Rob Morgan desires instead of what everybody else desires, because we spoke with Rob and Rob loves to help people. But Rob, I don't mean to put words in your mouth, brother, but I'm sure you've realized that if you don't put yourself first, ain't nobody gonna put you first. And no, nobody's gonna pay your bills. I've learned this a long time ago. Nobody's gonna save us. Nobody's gonna come, you know, and excuse me if people are you know, have a belief system, but I've discovered a long time ago that nobody's gonna come out of the sky to save me. Nobody's gonna come out of the sky to take action for me. Yeah, there is a force, there's a presence, there's a God, there's a creator that intervenes for us, but when we take action. If we hope for the rest of our lives, we're just going to live in hope. But if we take action and we surrender to that action, we will live a greater life than we could ever even imagine. Because take it from me, guys, I would never think that I'd be living this life that I live now. That I'd be more free, that I'd be more at peace, that I'd be more content, more fulfilled than I ever have before. Because do I have my ups and downs? Yes. But I know how to bounce back up. I know how to remember. I know I can remember. I know I can breathe. I know I can let go. And just that term that I just said right now, I know I can let go. Talk about freedom. Talk about power. Talk about this energy that I know I can let go. I know I can let go. I know I can let go. But when the pride sets in, when the ego comes in, and contrary to popular belief, because we've been taught to not let go. We've been taught to argue, to justify, to survival of the fittest, all this nonsense that has helped us to get to this point, but it no longer works, guys. Pride is not going to get you to the level that you are at already. It's letting go, because it's not attaining more, it's letting go of what you're not. And in letting go of what you're not, by asking the question, who am I? By letting go of what you're not, by asking the question, who am I? You're not allowing others to mold and shape you into who you think you got to be. And asking and giving yourselves permission to be who you are and to let go of what you're not, you're listening to the guidance within you that is always there, that's going to assist you to let go of those layers of what you're not, to unfold of what you already are, to discover who you truly are, deeper and greater and vaster each and every day, each and every moment. The more you can give yourselves permission to let go, the more you're going to uncover of who you are. And if you can just get that right now, you don't need any more courses. You don't need any more classes. If you can just get that right there, that giving yourselves permission to let go, and knowing that you can let go, if you truly know how to let go of surrender, then you will tap into a power that is the power of the reason why I do what I do, because I don't even know what I'm going to say. I just let go. Because it's not me saying it. I'm the vessel, I'm the vehicle, but there's a deeper aspect, there's a deeper layer of me, which is closer to that source, which is closer to that spirit, which is closer to that divinity that is speaking as I unfold deeper. But if I'm just here, then I'm just going to have the copy of the copy of the copy of Michael that is just going to speak from what Michael thinks he knows, trying to control what Michael thinks he knows. Instead of Michael letting go and allowing and surrendering, by surrendering, allowing that to come forth. Because even when I click off, I don't remember some of the things that I said. And it's just like an athlete. When they're in the zone, you ask an athlete, how did you do what you do? I don't know. And if you're an athlete, you know what I'm talking about. If you're a performer, if you're a singer, if you're a speaker, if you're whatever, when you're in that zone, this energy just flows. And it's not that you are not there, you are there with it, but it's like you're just watching. You're just the observer, observing this bliss flow through you, this awareness, this energy flow through you. So we're going to be cutting that short, guys. Let me see if Rob Morgan commented or anybody did. Yes, he says, you're okay. Save yourself. You're in charge of your own destiny. Pride comes before the fall. Exactly, brother. Exactly. So, yes. And thank you for commenting, Rob, because Rob, you're always a huge, huge support. And your comments just open up even more. So, guys, if you guys don't know who Rob is, please look him up. He's an amazing, amazing soul, helping a lot of people, and a speaker at the same time. And I'm going to tell you, with Rob, you're not going to get no fluff. You might not like what Rob says sometimes, but you're going to get what's on Rob's mind, because he has a genuine heart that really loves to help people. So, thank you, Rob, for commenting. So I think that's it, guys. Anybody else have any comments, any questions? Because this is the space, this is the time. So Ali didn't make it back, because that's what I was hoping for, that we're still on live when Ali gets back. But if anybody else doesn't have anything else to say, I'm going to discover more of who I am by remembering and allowing of what I'm not to fall off. So that's what it's about, guys. So William Benavides is here with us. Blessings, brother. And is that your profile? Because I did get a friend request from you, but I am kind of hesitant to accept new friend requests from people I already know, because there is trolls out there. There is people hacking people's accounts and taking people's profile and making profiles of them so they can get into other people's accounts. So that's why I'm kind of hesitant. So it's not that I don't want to answer or respond to friend requests, but that's why I don't respond right away. And he says, I really like what William said. What did William say? Okay, William said pride cometh before a fall. Okay, I apologize. Thank you, William. Yes, yes. And then Rob says, I really like what William said. Because, yes, pride cometh before a fall. Because pride connects us to our ancient, I'm going to talk about physiologically, it connects us to our ancient reptilian brain, which is, the brain has evolved. For those that, you can investigate this. The brain has evolved, and we have evolved to higher consciousness, and our old brain is only in the fight or flight response. So when we are in pride, then we are not able to connect with our intuitiveness, our imagination, our creativity, our insight, our imagination, our wisdom, the wisdom within us, what I was speaking that comes through, the awareness. When we are in pride, we don't connect to that. And all we do is we connect to the fight or flight response, which only comes from the old way of thinking, the old way of being. So, William says, I got hacked, I got a new one. Awesome, brother, I will accept this one, and I will delete the other one. Thank you for letting me know. But it's always a blessing to see you as well, brother. And I can't wait to see you in person again, because we do bump into each other at the store every now and then. And that is always a delight to bump into you, brother. And I would even love to bring you on live, so we could talk about topics that you would love to talk about, if you're open to that, of course. Let me see. Rob says, let me go to another screen, because it doesn't let me see it. Good. Okay. William just commented, but for some reason I'm not able to... Oh, there we go. Okay. Rob Morgan says, please let go of the pride. It will get you nowhere in life. Be proud of you for yourself. There's a different type of pride, and thank you for bringing that up, because that's a very important topic. That's a video in and of itself. Well, that's not a video. That's a course in and of itself. William says, you will hang on to the old person. Exactly. And I know Rob and William can speak from experience. There's a different sense of pride in pride of becoming more of who you are. Not in pride of being afraid of what other people think about you, being prideful, because there's all sorts of different levels of pride. Because just like anything in life, you got different levels of one word. You can have levels of pride. You can have levels of like awareness. You can have different levels of all kinds of different happiness. You can have different levels of fulfillment. You can have different levels of gratitude. So just like we were talking about earlier, is give yourself permission to uncover more of who you are, because there is not this place where, oh yeah, I just got there and now I'm there and I just need to let go. I mean, I could just let go of trying to, discover more of who I am, I'm good. Because stagnation is the beginning of the death process, and I'm talking about psychologically. I'm talking about even physically. When you don't work something, you lose it. And just like I haven't drawn in over, I want to say, wow, maybe even 10 years. That I haven't drawn in about 10 years, I'm not able to draw like I used to. Now, can I pick it up? I have the capacity, I have the capability to pick it up. My battery's dying. Give me 1 second, guys. I have the capacity to pick it back up because it's already there, muscle memory. And that's the muscle memory of our divinity. See, who we are, what we are, is already there. We were born with it. But if we don't exercise it, we appear to lose it. But we never lose it because it's always there. But the brain can convince us of what we're not. So I think Ali just got back. Is that you, Ali?
Yeah.
Hi, mamas.
I
I love you.
love you too.
So, perfect example. Diamond, you want to come and say hi to me?
I'm in the bathroom.
Okay, when you're done, Mija? Huh? No. Okay, guys. So, that's basically it for today. I wanted to bring on my little niece, but she's busy. Because I wanted to show children really have it. And just give yourself more love. Be more light on yourself. Be more easy on yourself. But at the same time that you're easy on yourself, do that diligence to be more constructively critical on yourself by questioning and unfolding more of who you are. So be more kind to yourself, but don't be so easy on yourself that you forget that there's work to be done. Because there is a balance there. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed this live today. Have a beautiful, blessed, amazing, brilliant day. And keep unfolding more of who you are by letting go of what you're not. And William says, if you're prideful, yes, if you're full of pride, in the destructive sense, yeah. Oh, here she is. Come here, Mama. Say hi to everybody.
Hi.
See, she doesn't need to be like, oh, I need to be this or I need to be that, because she already is it. She's full of love, she's full of presence, she's full of compassion, and I love her for her. Thank you, Mama. I love you.
Love you too.
And you're almost out of school, huh? Say ciao, everybody.
Ciao.
Say blessings, blessings, blessings. We're going to let you guys go. We love you guys. Blessings, blessings, blessings. I got another appointment to get to, so blessings everyone. Thank you for being here with us. Thank you, William. Thank you, Rob. Thank you every single one of you that joined us today. It's been a beautiful blessing to have all of you. Oh, Rob Morgan says hi to you, Mama. It's a friend of ours. Say hi.
Hi.
She's such a sweetheart. And thank you, David Acuña Zambada, for joining us. Adrian Valverde Ortega, Donald Lashaway, David Acuña Zambada. Well, that came out twice. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Adrian. Blessings, everyone. Have a blessed day. And we are off. So, give yourselves to be free, to be the real you now.